me is more than what I used to collect as salary years ago. So what I've always said to people is your transition should be very simple. Start putting, I'll give you a practical example, just a practical one. How long have you been in America? 10 years. You, sir? 13th year. You? 7 years. You? 7. 16. Bishop. Good to see you. Yes, sir. Eh? Oh, so you are the newest. So let's take average, right? So we'll take 7. I think 7 is average because we are 16, 13. So 7 years. No problem. So let's put 7 years. Imagine you were investing in these following shares 7 years ago. Tesla, Facebook, Apple, and all you were just putting. Okay, how many of you agree with me that you could have afforded $250 a month? It would be tough, but you could have afforded that 7 years ago. Do you agree with me? And every month, $250 into this, just these 3 stocks. Where will you be today? Right?
I'll be smiling to the bank.
Because go check Apple's stock 7 years ago. Check what it is now. Right? There's a class A of Warren Buffett's shares. Right? Class A of it is $46,000. $46,000. Go check what it was 20 years ago. Are you seeing the practical thing I'm saying? I'm sure all of you can relate to this. Just a simple decision to say every month I'll put $250 away into this particular. That's how simple your life could have changed. In terms of, because when we talk about this, oh, you need to diversify, you need to become an investor. Some of us think about Dr. Stephen. What has happened is that development has catch up. Dangote refinery project are moved in and everywhere is bubbling today. So, shout, I will be an investor. Are you getting value, guys? Come on, is it worth it? Is it worth your time? Okay. So which one should I take? Billionaire Land Banker or Billionaire Code? Which one do you want me to take? Billionaire Code. Okay. So let me share 2 quick things here from this book. Chapter 11, Consistent Ventures. Right? So the quote here says, billionaires put the vast majority of their investment into ventures that have proven over time to be what? Consistent and have high guaranteed return. And what we're saying here is that a lot of us get caught up in this shining syndrome, right? At some point it was crypto. Which one is it now? Which one is everybody buying now? You know, what are they rushing to buy now? NFT. Is NFT still that hot? Not that hot. NFT is coming down a bit. AI is there, right? You know, I just read Warren Buffett and his partner said they are not interested in the AI and they are not ready to rush into the AI madness. And I think this is the issue for many of us as people who are trying to build wealth. It's important to know that your priority is not what everybody is jumping to. In fact, the rule is that you must go the opposite direction of everybody else. Can I say that again? When it comes to wealth creation, when people are running away, you run towards. When they are running towards, you do what? You run away. One of the reasons why I'm interested in investing heavily in America now, right? So, right. So it's gonna be operating from our Dubai office and our Nigerian office, which will be shortening the two. And I'm handing things over to him. I'm picking another sector. Okay, two sectors I'm picking. I'm picking the international sector because I want to focus on real estate here in the US. But at the same time, media were also about to buy a bank, a mortgage bank, and a couple of things. So a lot, and this is where many of us miss it. We want to chase too many things at the same time. Yes, wealthy people, they have multiple streams, but they focus on one at a time. In fact, how do I do it? Every business I start, I'm building it on certain people who will be able to run it in future. Right? Literally, that's how I build businesses. From day one, I already have the mindset of I'm not going to be here forever. So I'm building, I'm mentoring, and that's why I invest so much in training. I'm going to Nigeria next week. I'm going to be doing massive retreat with our team. I've spent so much. If I saw some retreat, we will spend 15 million just to train staff for 3 days in it. Because of course I want to put them in the right environment. So when we're having to pay and all of that, we keep because you have to build the business on people. And you have to make sure they are trained to be able to carry the business. If someone says if you treat your business well, if you treat your employee well, they will treat your business well. Are we learning at all? Yes, sir. So I want to ask all of us a question. How many businesses do you have that is bringing money? Don't tell me you registered a company and it's a business, right? That you got made money from it this month. How many? None. So you only have a job. One source of income. Yes. So a job and a business, and it brought money this. Ultimately, I now know when to trigger the next one, then the next one, then the next. So the mistake many of us do, we pick just one and we get knowledge on just one till we exhaust, and maybe sometimes that sector becomes oversaturated. Everybody is now doing the business, and now you are stuck. E.g., right now the land business is oversaturated with so much quacks in Nigeria. And if one had not understand the various options, both locally and internationally, we would not have been standing now. Are you seeing what? And how many of us have seen that experience, particularly in Africa, where one business is booming, is where you make money. But before you say Jack Robinson, almost everybody is doing it. And they so mess up the market that you have been doing okay in that sector is almost as good as they've messed it up. Even if you don't get saturated, somebody will come and start saying something that will make the whole thing mess up. One of the biggest businesses in Nigeria was church. Church were making the highest money until COVID. And somebody started saying, all of your pastors, they've chopped your money. All your tata, this tata you're even talking, we approve it. Before you know, Lagos income churches drop by 60%. Right? About 30-40%. Other locations drop by, between 60 and 70%. So even if ministry had been what most people had felt, okay, this one, I'm a minister of God, and God will touch my members, they will sow seed. Even that, we know what's happening now. And it happened also here in America. There used to be a time where people like Mike Murdoch, oh Jesus, the kind of income they are making. But, right? Are we learning at all now? So, I hope all of you will be able to join this Stephen Akintayo University. There's e-commerce training there. There's Forex, there's crypto, there's all of that is there. So at least you can now look at all of it and say, okay, which one can I start? And then you can pick one and gradually, hopefully that works, and then you can expand to others. Is this making sense? Do you have a deal? Okay? Good. If you want to clap, clap well, guys. So the billionaire land banker is the next. And here I shared a lot of lessons about how I became a billionaire because this was my secret. All I did was I bought land, large quantity. Years later, the value went really, really up. I'm still selling, I'm still building, and there's no limit to what I could do on the land. I always tell people what I appreciate is not the house, it's the land. It's the land that the property is sitting. That is the real asset here. For example, this hotel. Could they have built this massive hotel here? We call something highest and best use in real estate, right? In this particular location, the highest and best use was all put together. I've never seen a hotel like this, and I'm impressed. What's the highest and best use? Hotel, event center, offices. You see, the shopping centers, right? Retail. They literally put everything, all the highest and best use. But the only reason they did that was the location of the land. So the concept of land banking simply says you buy land for the purpose of aggregation or is the process of land banking is the process of aggregation of land for the purpose of development or investment. So I want to ask you a question. What are the factors that then make you to buy this land? Can anybody tell me? Factors. Because it's not just buying land. So you see, people who go and buy land in their village and claim they are doing land banking. That's not land banking. We know it's the location, but what makes a location the right one for land banking? Absolutely. Absolutely. Any form of activity that will lead to population growth tells you you are in the right location. Is this making sense at all? So this particular property we did last year, was facing Texas Instrument, right? Another project was coming there worth $5 billion. There was a golf course not too far. A matter of weeks, the value of that property moved from 10 million to 20 million. Matter of weeks. And some of these projects are not even moved in, but there were reports and I said, oh, they'll spend this, they'll put this, they'll put, boom, just going up. So it's important that you are conscious of how land banking works. It's not just, oh, we're buying land. And I've seen people do that. They just go buy land in their state, on their village, and they're telling you they're doing land banking. That's not how it works. Where is population growth going? What is there something happening here that will lead to population growth? Good news in America, you can have all those data. The city will give you all that planning, right? But in Nigeria as well, a lot of information that can guide you. Lagos definitely is number one. In Lagos, I tell people, as long as you're buying from a credible firm, it's almost no longer about am I buying which location? Because the data show, according to Washington Post here in America, that Lagos will be the largest city in the world by the year 2100, having over 80 million people living there. By that data, it guarantees you that if you even have 400 square meter anywhere in Lagos in the next 20 to 30 years, you're a billionaire with just that land because of the population growth. And it highlights certain other key cities, I think almost 8 other cities. So what do? What am I doing? I'm investing in all these cities. I'm investing in the whole of Nigeria to start with. But looking at specifically which area are going to attract population growth for one reason or the other. I still don't have a property in my village, though I intend to later when I'm ready to now show off that I'm the son of my father, right? But what do many of us do? We show off before we should actually show off. And I've defined poverty as doing, or poor people do or buy what they don't need to impress people that don't care. It's an assumption that I cared about what you wore yesterday. And the reality is, me and him have been working since last week. I honestly can't remember what he wore yesterday. Honestly, I can't remember. Whether it was yellow or blue or purple, I can't remember. But do you know how many of us worried and say, I'm wearing the same clothes? They will know. Like, they can't even. Poor people buy what they don't need to impress people that don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Some of us got married 10 years ago. Go and ask all those who came to your wedding whether they can even remember the clothes you were wearing or what really happened. And imagine how many people were really worried about, this wedding, they will die. And waste so much money that the marriage itself is now suffering. In my wedding, there was no ashwabi. There was nothing. That's why today nobody can put me under pressure to buy their clothes. You did not buy my own. It's true. And I can assure you, I doubt I will ever do such. So you can't put me under pressure. If I have money to give you, I will come and give you as a gift. But you can't put me under pressure of, you have to buy me. What nonsense. That clothes, I'll probably wear it once. Right? Because the Ankara does not even fit my normal, wear clothes and all that. So it's high time we realize that when we want to do real estate investment, please note this, it should have nothing to do with where you come from. It should have nothing to do with your country. We're doing 180 units in Dubai. Am I from Dubai? Right? I'm not even a Muslim. But is there money there? We do. And that's one of the secrets of Emiratis. You need to meet them. These guys are becoming the Jews of the Middle East. Emiratis. They don't care. Can you bring money? Inside Burj Khalifa, they have a Jewish restaurant. Inside Burj Khalifa. I was talking to one of them and I say, we have Jewish investors. Really? Well, these people bring business. And I think a lot of us, if we start having that mindset, we'll start building wealth. Because some of us, our religious mindset is our problem. It's our problem. And the truth is that if you will be rich, everybody must be your client. Right? Both those from your culture, those who are not from your culture, those from your religion, those who are not from your religion. But some of us have carried this religious mindset. And it's one of the reasons why we are not able to build real wealth. Because even in our eye, we're colored. We're colored. So in our company today, we are Muslims, we are Buddhists. Our former branch manager in Dubai is Buddhist. Right? What matters to me is what you bring to the table. I'm a Yoruba man. We have more Igbos working in my company than Yorubas. Can you add value to the business? So it's important. Right? It's not about where you come from. Can you add value? What value do you bring to the table? And when you have that mindset and you begin to invest based on that, where you are investing based on science of it, is there evidence that I will build wealth through this method? Then let's do it. Not to just go about being all emotional and sentimental about things. Have you gotten value today? So I'm going to pause here, right? And we can take questions. Thank you once again for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause. I told you at the start you were going to get value, right? Exactly. Where's your $1,000? $1,000. Because he has poured his heart, poured his soul out to us. And we're going to take just a few questions because of time, because we want to be able to get some of these books. Here's the thing: there's only he can be here till December, and you'll still be taking notes. I've been with him since last week. I'm sitting there as if I've just met him for the first time because the gems